Hey folks, Post here, welcome back to another Poem Master video, and now that we've got most of the DATAMINE stuff out of the way, right? Well, I mean, not in terms of our videos, right? In terms of the info, we have most of it out. I guess that was just bad phrasing on my part. Let's go over the rest of the info. It's because we got some really interesting little nuggets here and there, right? From the DataMined. So first of all, if you guys haven't already, do consider subscribing to the channel and all that stuff. So you get all the news updates as soon as possible. So, anyways, first of all, let's talk about this banner. So this banner is basically, I wouldn't say confirmed, but very likely going to be a Select Scout banner, right? Select Scout, that's the ones that, 3,000 page AMs, get a multi, and then get a free character of your choice, which is, the of your choice is really good. Obviously, this is going to be a very good banner to summon on, because this will have a Sabrina, which again is still one of the best units in the game at the moment. So if this does eventually come around, picking up a Sabrina would not be a terrible choice, right? Just given how absolutely dominant she is in this game, right? As for some other stuff, let's see. So these are basically all the events that we know are in the data so far. The 1 year anniversary stuff. Training with the Legends, that's the things. So Blue, Leaf, and Red story event. We got the Grass, Fire, and Water type egg event. Singsu Blue Scout, Singsu Leaf Scout, Singsu Red Scout, Ethan, Chris, and Lyra Scout. The Kanto Challenge, 5-star Special Scout. With 11 units. That's the one that we just saw. Right, goes up to Wally and who came first, Wally or Torterra? Torterra came second, so I'd assume it goes all the way up to Wally, which is basically the banner that we had last time, which was up to Sabrina plus Wally and Torterra. Rise to 6-star EX with Rosa. So this EX Rosa thing, right? Which we've seen already. This is an event that will give us login tickets and character specific tickets for Rosa, right? Login tickets and tickets from missions that will let us 20 out of 20 Rosa and give us the necessary materials to turn Rosa into a 6-star EX. Obviously, Rosa's still very powerful. We'll go over what her 6-star EX does, because sync pairs have different capabilities once they become a 6-star EX, right? And does give Rosa that. So a free-to-play sync pair with a free-to-play 20 out of 20. Very good. Rosa obviously still very powerful as a unit in the game. Does slightly got power creeped recently by a few units, but again, still really good, right? Big one being Skyla, which is another free-to-play unit, but Rose is still really good. Moving on to some other stuff. The Professor Okamu rerun, there's that as well. These are all the stages. Doesn't really matter. I mean, there's just stage names. I mean, we can't really infer too much from it. So yeah, these again are all the new items which we've slightly talked about yesterday. The skill spheres, different type of tomes for each type of unit, and all that stuff to unlock the level cap to level 125. And as for some other stuff, these are the scouts and the anniversary gem specials that's coming on anniversary night. So there's that as well, which is pretty cool. I would assume hopefully the gem special on the 1 year anniversary is better than the one that we have right now, but again, can't say for certain. As for some other stuff, this is champion battle. We have some battle rules, right? Physical attack moves are powered up for allies and opponents. Special attack moves are powered up for allies and opponents. I would assume this is based on which stage, right? So it does seem like they kind of want to not only limit you on the types that you want to bring, but also limit you on the physical or special, which I think is actually a good thing, because a lot of times, a lot of stages who don't have that big of a difference in between using physical or special, sometimes they would opt to make it so that or it just makes it so that it becomes one type, one sync pair, striker generally, right, is generally mostly better for most of these stages, not taking into account the physical and special split factor, right? So yeah, hopefully this would give some types that have a different attribute in that type, a bit more play, right? As for in terms of strikers. As let's see some other stuff. At the start of the battle, sync move countdown are reduced by half. Damn. Okay. That's going to be interesting. The allied and opponents feel the play start of the battle with physical damage reduction, special damage reduction, status conditions, other conditions deal more damage, last longer, and are more likely to take effect. Ooh, that's an interesting one. The move gauge increases faster for both allies and opponents. Stats are raised after a sync move is used, are raised even more. Wow. When a Pokemon feints attacks, defense, special attack. Okay. So if a Pokemon feints, you get basically all these stats raised. So it does like they are giving a lot of advantages both to us and the opponent. So hopefully this is, hopefully this is an indication that these changes, that these stages are actually challenging, because again, generally there's not too many challenging stuff in the game content at the moment. So hopefully these are actually difficult. So, we can actually have fun with those. Let's see. Tome, no, actually that is not correct. But he corrected it later, Joe. Moving on, use physical attacks, move against opponents with low defense. Yeah, that's basically, just descriptions of all those that we just went over. Yeah, again, we're getting Mew back and stuff, which is nice. Training with legends. Okay, those are, missions, right, that we could get. 1 year anniversary rise, that's the Rosa stuff as well, login bonuses. So we'll be getting some more gems with the login bonuses and stuff. Moving on. These are some of the mission requirements. Enter all 18 types of sync pairs into the Hall of Fame. Oh, that's an interesting one. Complete a battle in the Champion Stadium. Collecting all the PML badges in the main story will allow you to take on the Champion Stadium. So you have to get all the badges first to challenge the Elite Four and the Champions, right? Which, kind of does mirror the main games, which is pretty cool. You can get items for increasing sync pairs to 6-star EX by battling in the Champion Stadium. So you will get that I forgot what the name is. We'll see it down the line. So like outside of like 20 out of 20, there's also this new item that you also need to increase your sync pairs to a 6-star EX. So we'll get those as well. You can attempt hard difficulty and above once per week. Keep battling to reach 6-star EX. So there's that. These are the new moves. Drill runs, probably. Was drill run for Seeking? I can't remember. But again, we've went over the move sets for the new units. If you guys haven't checked out those already, you can check it out on the channel. We went over all the new units, the new secret expansions for Ethan, Lyre, and Chris as well. So Leaf and Blue, all that stuff. Moving on. There's 4 gem specials, and that's the once per month one. That's the monthly one, and these are the 1 year anniversary gem specials. Moving on. Oh, one thing that I do want to mention over here, Catalytic Cure, none of our units have it. So if like one of the opponents have that, Catalytic Cure 9 is very scary. So there's that. Moving on. Let's see. Oh, the presence does seem like it's confirmed to be sync orb presence, so that's definitely nice, I guess. Moving on, let's see what else we have. Oh, I do wonder, they did, like, the wording here is kind of weird. They say like Singsu Blue is here with 6-star EX unlocked. Does that mean you can raise it to 6-star EX, or does that also mean that the gifts, the presents that they give us is also, the 20 out of 20 Singsu Blue specific vouchers? I highly doubt it's going to be that, but it'd be cool if it's that. Anyways, moving on to some other stuff, right? These are the new stage names. More new stage names. Oh, something interesting over here, that we actually do get sync pair stories for Syncs with Blue and Leaf, thankfully, because like the last there has been a few sync pairs recently that didn't get sync pair stories, notably Jesse, Cyrus, if I remember correctly, as well, didn't get a sync pair story, and also Summer, Lyra, and Steven. So it's nice to have those back. Moving on. That's not really relevant. Sync pairs. Okay, so again, this is just mentioning how to unlock 6-star EXs, right? You need a item to unlock it. It's called a champion something, can't remember. But you also need potential tickets as well for, it seems like, 20 out of 20. Yep, you already used 20 power-ups, or you already have the required number of custom power-ups. Once per battle, the stat increase after using a sync move is doubled. Upgrade the type skill using the items above. Type skill upgrade. Oh, these are upgrading type skills. This is, we'll go over this in a bit. Let's see. Yeah, that's basically the same thing you're mentioning. Yeah, how to unlock 6-star sync pairs. Okay, so this is interesting. It does seem like potentially we could be getting 11 pulls per multi on banners. I'm just not sure. It's not 100% confirmed or whatever that it would be on every banner here on out, or if it's only for the anniversary banners, or if it's only just for that, times 11 select scale banner, right? And it does seem like if it is going to be a thing, it does seem like it's not going to be gated to pay gems, because there was also a line that mentioned also being able to use free gems for that as well. So that's definitely nice. I mean, if this comes and stays and it's like a permanent thing, finally multis are better, right? Because it used to be the fact that singles are just overall much better, because you spend the same amount of, the rates are the same, except you spend less on singles, right? And now you get an extra unit per multi, which gives you more incentives to do multis instead of doing singles. So that's definitely nice. I like it a lot. Hopefully, this actually stays, because, personally, me doing summoning streams, doing singles once at a time, it's unbearable. It takes forever. I'd much rather get it done with. And plus, multis, it's quicker, more satisfying, right? Get it done fast. Moving on to some other stuff. Let's see. Okay, I know this is nothing in terms of Datamine. I disagree with Terrence here. Ethan is very, very good. Ethan's eruption now hits much harder than Singsu Red's Heat Wave, which is really cool, right? Moving on, that's just Singsu Blue and Leaf, which we already went through. Those are that again. Where is the stuff for the... Anyways, you know what? I'll just open it. The sync move effects for the new 6-star EX units, right? So basically, the big thing, battle-wise, for 6-star EX units is they get buffs on their sync moves. It's not just a flat power buff; it's an effect buff, right? So this is obviously much better than just a flat power buff, which, if you put it on supports, would be kind of pointless. But let's go over them. Singsu Red Mega Charizard X. The sync move goes from a single target to AoE. Singsu Blue and Mega Blastoise, once per battle, the stat increases after using a sync move is doubled. Same for Rose and Superior. And then Singsu Leaf and Mega Venusaur, the sync move power is increased by 1.5 times. So obviously from the get-go, as you could see, Singsu Blue and Rosa's 6-star EX sync move is incredibly powerful. These two definitely got the much better one, right? Singsu Leaf and Venusaur is not bad either, because it does have that 1.5 times you can potentially build a decent sync nuke grid with Singsu Leaf that does decent damage at, right? Really, really good damage. So this is not bad either. Reds is kind of suspect, because generally how AoE works in the game and how AoE sync moves work in the game, because the opponents have AoE sync moves, right? It hits the entire team, but the damage is split, but it's split in a weird way. Instead of 33%, 33.333% for each, it's 50% each. So overall, you're getting an extra 50% on the whole team, but you are splitting the damage, right? And this is, again, slightly problematic, because you're just doing less damage on per unit. You're doing overall more damage, but you're doing less per unit, and that could be potentially problematic, especially for red when you are trying to run like a solar flare, or what is it, like solar, I think it's called solar flare, right? Yeah, solar flare or haymaker grid, right? Which red could do. Red is a fantastic sync nuker, even though he's a mega, right? I mean, obviously red's not as good as Barry or whatever in terms of sync nuking, but red's still very, very good in that department. So this makes sync nuking, it does limit red in a lot of cases, unfortunately, because generally sync nuking, you do want to get as much damage onto one unit as possible. That's the whole point of sync nuking, right? You're not trying to spread the damage out, whatever. Again, like I'm not saying this is bad, but like it kind of changes the playstyle. It's just like sync nuking is just not as valuable anymore. Because again, the damage does get split. So basically, red's damage gets cut in half here for your main target, which is, again, generally what sync move is you use up all different conditions that you fulfill. So you slowly build up to that one big move, so you could boom, either hit the mid or hit the in the legendary arena case, in boss face, which it doesn't really matter if it's if there's no sides, right? But because there's no AoE in that option. But having the split damage is definitely not good there, unfortunately. And also, again, it basically, you go back to the AoE versus single target debate, right? Because AoE does, 50% more damage. Single target does help you focus down certain enemies quicker, right? The more threatening opponents, generally. So you can focus those down quicker, whatever it may be. So this is, yeah, I don't know about this one. And something that honestly scares me even more is if you see that Singsu Blue and Rosa have the same the same power-ups on their 6-star EX sync moves. And they're both supports, because we basically got a striker, a support, and a tech here, right? So does that mean all the supports are going to have that same, ability on their sync moves after their 6 stars? Because if that's the case, strikers are in trouble, man. A lot of strikers are in trouble because, obviously red, not the best example of this, but stuff like, a Barry, stuff like Hilda, stuff like, what else? Metagross to an extent. Obviously, Metagross has much more, to its kit than that. As do most of these, right? But stuff like just these units that generally do good damage on their sync moves. If you spread it out, that's gonna drastically hurt their capabilities and just weaken the strongest part of their kit, right? Which is kind of unfortunate. Hopefully there's a way to like choose to not get this, like because we know that once we get to 6-star EX, we could change back to the outfits and still keep the 6-star EX stuff, right? Hopefully there's a way where you could where you could decide to not do this, not have this upgrade, right? Go back somehow. For different builds, it will definitely be helpful, right? So that would be nice. The other possibility is a much better one if it's like, oh, we don't split the damage, just like 100% on each, which is a 300% increase, which is very, very unlikely to happen, but it's still possible. It's just that just every single example in the game right now points to that it's probably going to be split damage, right? Because that's how AoE sync moves work in the game right now, unless they're just going to completely change how that works and make it just 100% on each. But then again, that would be a huge change for them to make. Would it be good though? I mean, it's definitely going to be good. It's definitely going to be an upgrade, but we'll see how it is, right? Because again, like, it could be good, but like also might not be a huge, because generally it's just the sides, right? But definitely these two got the got the better 6-star upgrade, because this is incredibly broken. This is incredibly broken. This basically gives you an extra 50% boost to your damage, right? So after a sync move, you get 1.5%, or not 1.5%. You get a 50% boost for a whole team, right? And then if it doubles it, that's gonna be another 50%. So it's basically 100% boost to your damage after the sync move, which again is incredibly powerful. So like, for example, if you are running like Rosa and Mega Charizard X on the same team, you kind of want to sync with Rosa first, right? Because the sync move stat increase that you get from Rosa is much higher than syncing with Red or a Mega Charizard X's increase after he goes into Mega Charizard X, right? That's only 1.2 times, and this is 1.5 times, right? 20% versus 50%. The math is pretty clear on that. So, anyways, that's the effects of the 6-star EXs. Again, it does seem like it might be based on rules, which could be an issue, especially for strikers. But hopefully it's not, and hopefully it's just based on individual, units that have different effects. That would be really nice. But again, it does seem like it's a big possibility it's gonna be based on rules. So anyways, these are the time and dates. Most of these are on the 28th UTC. That's when the anniversary starts. Something interesting though, is that Blue, Leaf, and Red, they come 3 hours after each other. So Blue drops at reset, Leaf comes three hours later, and then Red comes 3 hours later than that. Why are they doing that? I don't know. If I were to speculate, probably just to release some stress on their servers, so everyone just doesn't just burst into the game at once and just crash the servers, which, being honest, they'll probably crash the servers anyways. Probably going to be getting emergency maintenance. If it happens, don't be surprised, right? Just expect it. And if it doesn't happen, then you'll be pleasantly surprised. And if it does happen, then you were expecting it anyway, so you don't get as disappointed when it happens. Lower your expectations there. And on the 3rd, you also get the Ethan Crystallier Spotlight Scout with the grid expansions, which is great. And then on the 31st, you get the 5-star Select Scout, which is cool. And we also get Mew and Oak back on the anniversary day as well. And that also comes with a Villa update on the 31st there. So yeah. Some other thing that we should mention is that only one region can be attempted per week in the Champion Stadium. So when we do get the rest of the regions of the Elite Fours out, we're still only be able to attempt one region per week, right? And also one other side note to mention is that since they are bringing the different region Elite Fours in, we already have the Indigo League, right? Gen 1 and Gen 2's Elite Four, sets, right? Not that they're incredibly different. There are some pieces, right? But those are where to have all of those in the game. Gen 3, we're missing Sydney, right? That's the next one. So I would expect Sydney kind of soon to the game, honestly, right? Just so they could do Gen 3's Champion Stadium whenever that comes around. Moving on. Solo event training with the legends. We could go through this. This is great. This is basically the Singsu Red Blue Leaf event. We got some battles, all that stuff. The rewards, obviously gems, but on the, if I could find, we also get event vouchers which we could exchange for stuff. What are the stuff? I don't really know yet. We'll have to wait on more details on that. But we do have full force battles, and this gives another 3-star support move candy. Obviously, this is probably one of the most powerful items in the game, 3-star support move candy, just because Skyla Swanna, Misty and Starmie are both so incredibly powerful, right? Obviously, Skyla Swanna probably a bit better than Misty and Starmie, but Misty and Starmie is still really, really good as well. So last time we already got one, so once we pick this up, we should be able to 3 out of 5 both Skyla and Swanna and Misty and Starmie, which again is huge. So this is great, and we got that, and we're getting another 4-star striker move candy. I'm pretty sure by now we already have enough 4-star striker move candies to 3 out of 5 all are free to play 4-star strikers, so this isn't like a big deal, and probably even save enough for Sylveon as well whenever Sylveon gets synchroned. So there's that. Let's see. What else? Oh, the difficulty you could only do once as well. The egg event. It's nothing special. It's the same as the other egg events, right? The drop rates for the eggs and all that stuff. Things you get from the first time clear rewards. Nothing too interesting over there to talk about. So first time is normal only. Damn, that's slightly disappointing. Anyways, yeah. Another thing to mention is that Lily's stuff is not in the game yet. Executor's not in there yet for some reason. So there will be a mini update sometime soon, maybe after an anniversary, at least before the egg event, so that they could get Executor's data in there as well. So yeah, that's something else to also be aware of. Let's see what else. There was something else that I wanted to mention. Let's see, what was this again? Oh yeah, this is the Champion Stadium stuff. So Champion Stadium, oh, it's called Champion Spirits. Yeah, Champion Spirits are the things that you need to 6-star EX your units. I think you need 50. One go around, you get 5 per battle. So 1 week gives you 25. So 2 weeks you should be able to 6-star EX one of your units, which is nice, right? You also get 5-star power-up tickets. These are tickets that you could then exchange for 5-star power-ups, right? It's not a straight-up exchange. So these will actually take a while to actually get you 20 out of 20. I think someone, Deco actually did the math on our Discord. It actually takes like months if you want just 20 out of 20 from just purely this, right? Obviously, there's more ways of obtaining 5-star power-ups in the game, but yeah, it'll take some time to get the 20 out of 20s. But the Champion Spirit, you should get them relatively easily, right? So there's that. Let's see. Am I missing anything? Oh, yes, I am missing one thing that I forgot to mention that is really cool. So something that they kind of sort of leaked in their data mine that they didn't really their data download that they didn't I would like to imagine that they didn't intend to leak in there was that there is some traces of data about a legendary arena with AZELF in it. AZELF. I don't, the blue lake, guardian, right? Which is probably my favorite of the three. Mesprit, Uxie, and AZELF. I personally like AZELF the most. But yeah, that very, very likely is going to be in the next legendary arena coming probably sometime next month, right? Probably after that anniversary. So that's nice. I personally love the Lake Guardian theme, so I can't wait to hear that remixed. So hopefully that's going to be pretty cool as well. But anyways, that's me with this one. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Like and enjoy this video. Subscribe to my channel for some more Poem Masters content, and I'll see you guys in the next one.